I'm going to share with you my 5 low-cost or no-cost steps that will all but guarantee your products and services make you money. And I'm going to give you the inside 411 today over the next few minutes. Want to know the number one reason why most entrepreneurs fail? It's not because they don't know how to market or where to find new customers or clients. That's what a lot of entrepreneurs think is the reason, but it's not. It's not even being underfunded or having a lack of cash flow, even though that's been the popular wisdom for years and years. Nope. The number one reason, in my opinion, why most entrepreneurs fail is because their product or service sucks. Yeah, I know that sounds harsh, but it's all too true. Now, before you get all prickly on me, this is not some I'm holier than thou rant, because I too live in a glass house and I'm not in the habit of throwing stones. Believe me, I've been there. I've had my share of ideas, products, and services that just plain sucked. But over the years, I've figured out how to avoid this problem. And I've taught what I've learned to hundreds, if not thousands, of my clients and customers. And I'm going to give you the inside 411 today over the next few minutes. I'm going to share with you my 5 low-cost or no-cost steps that will all but guarantee your products and services make you money. All right, let's dive in. Step number 1, start with the problem, not the product. One of the biggest mistakes I used to make, and the one I see entrepreneurs still making all the time, is falling in love with your idea rather than the problem that it solves. Hey, we entrepreneurs love our solutions. I mean, like, really love them. To the point where we're sometimes solving problems that nobody actually has. A great business doesn't start with a product. It starts with a problem that people urgently want to fix. So you got to ask yourself, what specific pain point does my idea solve? Is the problem painful enough that people will pay to fix it? And who is currently dealing with this problem right now? If you don't have clear answers to these questions, your idea probably isn't ready for the market yet. Here's a key tip. Don't ask these questions to yourself. You need to talk to real people who you think experience this problem on a regular basis. And that brings us to step 2. Talk to your ideal customers before you build anything. If you only take one thing from this video, let it be this. Talk to real people before you build a single thing. Find potential customers and ask them, what's the biggest frustration you've had with this problem that your idea solves? What have you tried to do, or what have you bought to fix it? And if there were a better solution, what would it need to have? Now notice I didn't say, do you like my idea? By and large, people are polite. They'll say, yeah, that sounds cool, just to be nice. But will they actually pay for it? And that's the only real answer that matters, right? So instead of asking if they like your idea, find out how painful the problem is for them. If they're not desperate for a solution, your idea might not have a strong enough demand. Okay, number 3, create a minimum viable product, or MVP. Now, once you know there's demand, you don't just go out and go all in, right? Instead, create what's called a minimum viable product. An MVP is just a fancy way of saying the simplest version of your idea that still provides some value. Let me give you some examples. If you're launching an online course, start by letting someone experience the first module before you create the full program. If you're making a physical product, create a prototype and get feedback before mass producing it. If you're building an app, start with a basic version that does one core thing really well, instead of developing all the bells and whistles right away. The goal here is to test and refine your idea quickly, without spending a fortune. Okay, step 4, get people to pay for it even before it's ready. Here's the real test. Can you get someone to pay for your idea before you fully build it? The best way to know if a business idea will work is not if people say, hey, I'd buy that. It's actually if they buy it. Here are some low-cost, no-cost ways to do this. You can pre-sell your product. Offer an early bird pricing or beta access before the launch. Run a Kickstarter or crowdfunding campaign. Hey, if people invest, there's demand. And as a nice side benefit, because of the campaign, you'll have some extra funding or capital to play with. How cool is that? Charge for a scaled down version before you beef it up. If you're launching software, start by offering the same service manually to prove people will pay for it. If you can get even a few customers to commit money early on, you'll know you're on the right track. And if not, it's time to refine your offer. That brings us to number 5. Modify and iterate based on feedback. Once you've tested your idea by getting it sold, listen to what your market's telling you. If people are excited and willing to pay, great. Keep refining and scaling. But if they're hesitating or saying something like, I like it, but pay attention to that hesitation. This is where your best insights will come from. Or if they're completely uninterested, it's better to know this sooner rather than later, wouldn't you agree? Your first idea might not be perfect, and that's okay. I can't tell you how many of my business ideas have died shortly before coming off the drawing board. But along the way, I've learned how to fail faster and less expensively. And actually, when you think about it, is quickly shelving something because no one really wants it really a failure? I think not. Hey, the most successful businesses evolve their offerings over time based on real customer feedback. All right, so let's wrap this all up and bring it all together. Here's how to create products and services that don't suck and that make you money. 1, start with a real problem, not just an idea. 2, talk to real people who have that problem. 3, create a simple MVP to test demand. 4, get people to pay for it before fully building it. And 5, refine based on feedback. If you follow this process, you'll definitely avoid product suckdom, and you'll spend a lot less time and money in the long run. So tell me, what business idea are you currently working on? I'm genuinely interested, so please tell me. Drop me a note in the comments, and let's talk about how you can validate it the right way. As always, if this was helpful, be sure to subscribe, comment, and like. And I want you to know there's always a way to get access to me, in person and in the flesh. And when we do, together we can work on all things business. If you'd like that kind of personalized help, and you'd like to learn more, because it cost you nothing to find out more, click the link below the description. I think you'll find the price to be very, very reasonable. Oh, and if you happen to be cash strapped in your business, and I get it, be on the lookout for my video on bootstrapping, building a thriving, profitable business with little or no cash. All right, talk soon.